Hey guys, my first name is here. So this is one of my absolute favorite episodes. It hits close to home to me, and probably a lot of people. So I want to talk about it. In this episode, Rainbow Dashes must face losing Tank to Hibernate for the winner, as she attempts to stop it by any means necessary. It's not too hard to understand the implications of this. Throughout the episode, Rainbow Dash's face is, she faces the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Loss is inevitable, and every pony will end up facing it at one point or other. The last time I watched this episode, it was after my own pet passed, which is definitely a contributor to my love for this episode. So the episode opens with Rainbow watching the ponies of Ponyville prepare for the shift from autumn to winter. As she tells her tortoise Tank about the fun they're gonna have during their first winter together, but Rainbow begins to notice the first warning signs that something is wrong with Tank. She immediately consults in Fluttershy's advice, and Flutters explains to Rainbow that Tank is preparing to hibernate, which is completely natural and a part of nature. But Rainbow doesn't take the news well, bringing her to this first stage denial. It's hard to witness the warning signs, and Rainbow notices that Tank is becoming slower and more tired than usual, which is concerning. Much like when a sick or older pet becomes slow and not as playful as they used to be. Oftentimes, denial and anger go hand in hand, and when Rainbow friends deny her fears about Tank hibernating, that becomes she becomes easily agitated and lashes out at Pinkie, and then Twilight. Thinking about ways to fix her problems rather than accept it, Rainbow reasons that she would rather have Tank awake in the warmth than asleep in the cold. So she sets her sights on stopping winter, bargaining. After some weird sabotaging hijinks, Rainbow decides that she must go bigger and attempts to stop winter at Source, the Cloudsdale Weather Factory. But when her plan backfires, it causes an explosion of snow, launching winter into full effect. I think that they didn't go with a direct Grinch parody here, but she says that she's going to stop winter, as it should have felt really out of place for the tone of the episode. Instead of, we get a short scene in Cloudsdale displaying Rainbow's depression and is able to speed up the plot, which keeping the seriousness of the episode. Once all of her attempts have failed, Rainbow is left feeling helpless and defeated, entering the depression phase of grief, and her friends come to comfort her. She must come to the terms with the fact that Tank will not be with her soon. That she can't show him all the fun things she was looking forward to, and that she proved to herself there is nothing she can do to stop it. I love the choice of Rainbow for this lesson because she already has a childish stubbornness to her, and which I think pairs really well with having a tougher pill to swallow. Sorry. We even have a glimpse of how the other ponies deal with loss through their Symphony of Rainbow. Fluttershy being the one to tell Rainbow the hardest part, that her winner will be perilous. Shows her great amount of maturity, likely because she's more sensitive than most I say something very loosely, and knows how to address her emotions. Applejack remains stoic, which isn't surprising knowing how she is, and she has gone through the loss of her own parents. Really deep there. It wouldn't make sense that it came from her to stay strong. In order to fill the role of leader for her family. This lesson could have been given to one of the other ponies, but it works for Rainbow with her background and as this overconfident golden child, opposed to the others who have already accepted and matured from their past trauma. Rainbow finally enters the final stage of grief when she tells Tank how much she's going to miss him. And with the support of her friends, Rainbow is able to let Tank go, but basically hibernate. And they all say their goodbyes as Rainbow hangs back to try to read him to his burrow. So we see how much Rainbow truly loves Tank and going to extreme lengths to keep him by her side, despite knowing deep down that she must let him go. You could argue that this is out of selfishness, but I think it's growing anxiety and denial throughout the episode, which is truly Rainbow's way of just judging herself from a hard thing to face, losing her pet. Obviously, hibernation is an easier concept to explain to kids than death, but it speaks to those who have lost pets or even loved ones. Feeling this roller coaster of emotion is normal. It will be hard to accept. It will hurt, and it's okay to let those emotions. It's okay to cry. And if someone you know is going through a loss, it's important to be patient, understanding, and be there for them. Despite Rainbow snapping at them and rejecting their advice at first, her friends didn't get upset and hold her outbursts against her. They frequently asked her if she was okay, and assured her that it would be okay. The episode also does an amazing job writing Rainbow's character and giving her so much growth as the end of the episode. I even love the setting of autumn transitioning into winter, as it's a time for loss and change. So let me know your thoughts of this episode and if I left anything out. Until next time, this is Professor Ember signing off. Until next time, class is dismissed.